That joint be riding. Okay, that's enough. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. I'm your host, Ross World. Today, we're just going to talk a little bit about money, and we're going to do a NEO update, right? I talked about NEO. I saw a lot of people jumping on NEO. Then, of course, the stock start to decline. Okay, of course, that's just how it goes. When somebody get information out there and investors start to buy up a lot of stocks, and then other investors who own large portions of stocks actually start to sell it off to make people weary. And guess what they do? When you start selling off your stock, they buy it back. Okay, because you get panicky and the stock price starts to drop. Now, NEO is coming back up a little bit. I think it was $1 and something. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at it we're gonna look at it right here. I don't know what I was gonna say. Well, we're gonna look at it and see how's it doing. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Excuse me as I'm doing a couple of things as we talk, but you know what? Let's go through the chase. Let's go right to it and let's start talking about it. Okay, let's just start talking about it so you guys see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm excited today. Okay, I'm excited. My bad. I'm excited. All right, here we go. I'm not excited because my stock is doing good, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that. I'm just excited to be alive. You know, this is a great time where people are like, I got a lot going on. I'm worried about this. I'm worried about that. How about just worried about being alive right now with all this COVID-19 crap going around? Anyway, as you can tell right here, total return. Now, we was good in math, right? That's a subtraction sign. That means that I'm in the negative. That means that my investment is not making me money. You know, my money is not making me money when it comes to NEO. But this is the part where you have to be disciplined. This is the part where you have to be very patient in your approach to investing. Right now, the whole market is down, and a lot of people have sold all their investments. So let me tell you a couple of things that I know that actually, right, that actually tells you, or essentially that influence stocks. Major stockholders influence stocks. Major corporations influence stocks. Okay. And most importantly, media, news influence stocks. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So we come down here. There's been a lot of negative news about NEO. And I'm right here on Robinhood, and it says that NEO's electric power engineering chief quits amid reconstruction. That can really hurt a business profit. That can really hurt a business growth when they're trying to really, you know, build their brand and also their profit. That can really hurt a company. Now we come down here to the analyst rating. They're saying hold 71%. 71% of analysts are saying you should hold this stock. Only 7% are saying buy, and then 21% is saying sell. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you already have a great stake in NEO like I do, I'm not selling. Because right now, if I were to sell NEO, I would lose $161. That's how much I would lose. Now, granted, if you look at today's return, NEO is climbing. Okay, let me blow that up for you. Maybe make sure y'all see this. Okay, now you see it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm $162. Well, NEO is still going up. Oh no, it went down. My apologies. I'm $162 in the hole with NEO. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, I'm not going anywhere. You should not be selling off your stocks at this point. If anything, you should be buying. Okay, you should be buying stocks right now. You shouldn't be selling. Now, I'm just giving you a quick update about NEO, but we really should talk about some stocks and how COVID-19, unfortunately, I know everybody is tired of hearing that word, COVID-19, coronavirus. We got it. But we need to be smart about this. Let's see how this is really affecting the American economy. Now, I told you this what, a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago. I told you we are in a recession. Okay, there's no doubt about it. Anytime the government is sending out checks to people, it's for two reasons: to prevent a recession, like Bush did. Remember, Bush gave everybody $1,000 or so, and because we're in a recession. So let's look at this. This is from Investopedia, and it says COVID-19 impact on future income. And it has all of these detailed lists: reduction in pay or work hours, 35%. Reduction in tips, 11%. Reduction, and these are estimation, ladies and gentlemen. These are not exact numbers. There's no way they can get these exact numbers. Here's another one: working while ill because you don't have paid sick leave. Now, who in a time like this has 2 weeks of paid sick leave? Maybe 2 or 3% of the population have that amount of sick leave time saved up. COVID-19 impact on everyday life. Okay, the blue represents agree, and the gray represent disagree. Let me blow this up for you guys. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. And it says his concern about being able to afford to feed myself and my family. 56% of Americans who took this survey agreed. Struggling to make my rent or mortgage payments, 45%. Adding more credit card debt, 43%. And 57% says disagree. Those are the 57 people who are actually working right now, because there's some people who are not working, who are doing everything strictly on credit. I have been sick in the past 2 months and not visit the doctor because of the cost. Okay. Now, granted, there's a lot of benefits and packages, and also the Affordable Health Care Act has a lot of Americans actually covered for their health care. Now, granted, there's still many of Americans who are without health care, unfortunately. But you see that 70%, 72% say they disagree. Some sell some assets in the next 6 months. That's a little closer on ratio. But supposedly this chart here, this graph is telling us that everybody is doing okay. No. Why is this graph to me seems very inaccurate based upon the news that almost 10 million Americans are out of jobs, who are filing for unemployment? Like, taking money out of my retirement statement, 65% disagreed. Really? People are doing not well. See, we got to talk about this stuff, because right now there's a lot of things going on in the media. There's a lot of things going on in the media, and we're not talking about it. Hey, what's going on, Ashley? There's a lot of things that we're not talking about right now. A lot of people have read that book called New World Order, okay? And everyone is basically saying that there's some sort of New World Order, some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Man, I forgot. Conspiracy theory that, and I haven't read it, unfortunately. That's one book I didn't read. I don't like conspiracy theories. But here's the thing: a lot of conspiracy theories, in some aspects, some traces have been true. And I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying if COVID-19 is a cover-up for 5G, and that 5G can make people have strokes and fry your brain cells, then what are you going to do about it? Are you going to start a movement against 5G? Are you going to contribute to helping people with COVID-19? What are you going to do if you truly believe that this is still part of the New World Order? Now, when people start talking about this New World Order stuff, it's not like it just started. New World Order has been in process for 100 years or so. Okay, modern day times, this New World Order. So we need to be very cognizant that if you're not going to start a movement, a group, if you don't have the money and funds to really combat this theory or this conspiracy, then you need to live your best life. You need to start buying up the stock market. You need to worry about things that's within your control, what's in your influence, okay? What's going on, Nolan? So we need to really dive into this money talk, because you guys are not really understanding that regardless of what's going on in the world, if you still have some sort of income coming in, then you need to be buying up the stock market. Because again, let me show you another stock from my portfolio. Give me 1 second. Because my portfolio is is not doing well, ladies and gentlemen. And if anyone knows, if you've been watching this channel, I just started investing with Robinhood again. I didn't sell, my bad. I transferred all of my stocks into my Wealthfront account because I was going to strictly do index and ETF funds. But since we're in a recession, this is a great time to actually buy stocks. It really is, okay? So I'm gonna let you look at my really small portfolio. This is really, really personal, by the way. This is personal. So go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I really don't ask for thumbs up, but you should just give me a thumbs up because I'm about to show you my portfolio. All right, anyway, here we go. So let's look at this portfolio. All right, this is how much I have in here. Now, I do have an option that I'm losing a lot of money on, okay? This is what option was this? Let me tell, let's look at this. I got 8 shares of this. Oh, Delta Airlines. Okay, Delta Airlines. So how much money am I losing Delta Airlines? Oh, my total return, I made $6. And some of you are saying that's actually no money. You're right. Making $6. If I was to sell off all of my Delta Airlines, I probably would pay more than that in taxes just by selling. That's my. Okay, what else? What else can we look at? I got a share of Starbucks. Let me see. I got 4 AMD. Am I making any money off of AMD? Oh, I made 9.67%. See, here's the thing with money, guys. This is how people can really do some tomfoolery on you. Instead of telling you the amount of money they made, they tell you the amount in percentage. Oh yeah, that stock, those shares actually return around 7 to 9%. And you're like, ooh, that's tantalizing. Because when people really connect percentages, they think about savings, right? If you are a person that's on your money game and someone's talking about money and you're like, okay, my savings account only gives me a 0.5%, right? So if somebody tell you 7 to 9%, you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. But at the same time, it really depends on what the stock is. Okay, AMD, let's just look at it really quickly. Right before COVID hit, the stock, February 19th, was worth $51. I mean, $59. You see what I'm saying? But right now, it's 47. In my opinion, this stock is on sale because when you look at the trend here, let's look at the 5-year trend. You see this slope? It's going up. It peaked in September 2018. Then it died down, but it's still going up. This is a stock hiking a mountain. This is a stock going over different plateaus, but steadily increasing in the altitude. You get what I'm saying? It's steadily going up, and that's what people need to understand about investing. When people, they contact me, they email me, they call me, they say, man, you know, I'm trying to make a lot of money. Where should I put my money at? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, bro, it doesn't work that way. Investing is a very patient game. Now, granted, I have made, what's the most I ever made in the less amount of time? I've made about $1,000 in 5 minutes. I forgot what stock that was, but I bought an option. See, if you want to make a lot of money in stocks very quickly, option trading. Option trading. You can make a buttload of money very quickly. But if you're not experienced, if you don't read up, there's some platforms out there that you can actually practice. If you don't do that, you're going to be a goner. Like, let me show you my portfolio. I'm gonna tell you, I did 2 options in the past 2 weeks. Let me show you how much money I lost, right? And I know how to option trade, but there's no rhyme or reason, right? You can be the most intelligent option trader, read all the news, look at all the analytics, and you still don't know. Some of mine were calls. Okay, a call is basically saying the stock is going to go up. The other one was a put, where you said the stock is going to go down. Of course, I'm going to buy a put, right? Because during this time, stock should be going down. It did this. My call went down, my put went up. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up. But anyway, let's look at this. Let me show you how much I done lost. Because the number that you see here is not indicative of how much I'm really investing. Look at this. All 400. Look at this. My total portfolio. Look at this. $448 and $48. I mean, $84. I feel like I'm dyslexic today. $484 I have lost. So some of you, man, this is not a profitable portfolio. It isn't. It is not. Now, that is, I'm down here with the time, all 1 year, 3 months. But let's look in the last month how much I lost. Last month. Boom. $511. $511. $512, ladies and gentlemen, in the last month. I'm over here eating pinto beans and sardines. Okay? Sardines. Hey, and pork and beans. That's what I'm eating right now. Okay? Because I lost $500 because of these darn option trades. Yeah. So it ain't cute out here, but guess what? I'm not sweating because of the stock market. I'm sweating because I'm fat and I'm moving around a lot. But no, well, both of those are true. But my point being, I'm not sweating because, again, you have to play the long game when it comes to investing. The problem is you guys get in and get out. This is not a pool. All right? This is not a pool. This is not sink or swim territory. See, some of you have the notion that you're going to either sink or swim. So you get in the pool, you get out the pool. That is not how you handle investing at all. That's not how you handle investing. See, if anything I could tell you is go into the pool with a life raft and chill out. Have you a Mai Tai, have you a few drinks and chill out in the stock market. Because if you think I'm worrying about losing $500, I'm not, because I didn't lose $500. The value of my stock portfolio is down $500. See, that is the key that you need to understand. That is the key that you need to understand. The value of your portfolio is down $500. But you essentially, when you invest that money inside that portfolio, you already say, this is the money that I can invest with. See, money that you invest with should tell you a couple of things. It should tell you a couple of things. One, it should tell you you don't care, you shouldn't mind. This is not going to put you out in the outhouse if you lose this money. You're not going to become homeless because you're being a smart investor. See, smart investors do not invest their livelihood. See, we call those homeless people, okay? We call those homeless people because they invest their livelihood. You should not do that. You should invest money that you can afford to lose, but without the notion and the thought process of losing. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense to anybody? Because if you are investing your rent money, your mortgage money, your electricity money, any money that's going to hurt your home economy, then that's not a smart choice. You should not be doing that at all. Okay, you should not be doing that at all. Because investing money should be money that you say, you know what, I want to make money off of this investment, but I'm not going to be put out because of this investment. Hopefully everybody understands what I'm talking about. Because if you don't, you may be investing the wrong way. You may be investing the wrong way, okay? So here's the thing. Some of you may ask me, well, how much money should I be investing in the stock market right now? How much? A buddy of mine yesterday, I'll give his nickname. His nickname is Legs. And he called me up. He said, hey, man, I'm dumping a lot of money in the stock market. What are some of the choices you have? And I told him, I said, I'm investing in AMD because I think AMD right here on my computer. I have nope, this is NVIDIA. But AMD is in competition with NVIDIA and also Intel. The point being, he asked me for stock advice, and I tell him, hey, man, if I give you any advice, you will be investing at your own risk. But right now, the stocks are literally on sale, okay? Because the other day I told people, now, if you would have bought 100 of Boeing, it boomed to 150. I bought it at $100. Right now, Boeing is at, I can't be Boeing. I can't be. I must have hit. Okay. Did I make any money off of? I'm gonna show you why I'm talking to you. See, this is what happens. All right, so right here, right? So this is Boeing. Right now, today, Boeing is at 141. But look at my portfolio with Boeing. I've made $30 off my investment at 12%. Now, I only have a couple of shares. I only have 2 shares. That's how much I have over here, ladies and gentlemen. But I should have bought a lot more. Okay, but what this doesn't tell you is with my M1 finance account, I bought an option with Boeing and I made money. Okay, I made money. But with this, I'm just holding on to Boeing. Now, granted, I would love for Boeing to go back at $100 because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy more shares because Boeing is not a airplane company. It's a company that makes airplanes. And as far as I know, Boeing still makes more airplanes than any other company in the world. Okay, any other company in the world. As far as those 747, 737, 797s or whatever, okay? They also make spaceships. Here we go right here about Boeing. Boeing Company, also called Boeing, is an aerospace company which engages in the manufacture of commercial jetliners and defense. Defense meaning military. Military spend big money in America for ships. Then it says space and security systems. It operates through the following segments: commercial airplanes, defense, space and security, global services, and Boeing Capital. So if Boeing goes to $100, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to buy me some more Boeing. That's what I'm going to do. It's a no-brainer. Because let's look at their 5 years. Look at their 5 years. Boom. Boom. There it is. That is their 5-year track record. There's their 5-year track record. Remember we talking about climbing the mountain, right? Going over different plateaus and hills, going to valleys. But all the while, we're still increasing in what? Altitude. See, Boeing, look at this. When they first started off, well, this is not when they first started off, but within this 5 years, Boeing was $149. Now, right before COVID hit, Boeing was at $304. I want y'all to look at this. I want you guys to really think about what I'm talking about. Then the stock market has been doing great. Boom. March the 1st. Wait a minute. I'm all over the place. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in 2019. Let me keep going. Why is it not? Here we go. $330 on February 21st, 2020. Boeing is at $336. COVID-19 hits and it bottoms at $95. That's the lowest it went. Why wouldn't you buy this stock if the last price before it was at $340? Do you know what a significant decrease in value that is? And now that stock is $141. Now, granted, I should still buy this stock, but this crisis is not over. See, that's the difference between a wise person and a person who may be young, a person who may be impatient. Sometimes you got to look at the trend. You ever been watching somebody and you've been through it before? You either seen it by experience from your personal endeavors, Or you witness or somebody in your family told you about something and you like, look at these foods right here. Watch this. Watch what happened. Told you. Told you he was gonna bust his head open. I knew it. How did you know that? I did it. So this is where I'm in the position of, if I was you, would I buy it now? Yeah, I would. But because what I think, right? I don't want to confuse you guys about, should you buy it at 100, because it may not go back to 100. It may not. But I'm gonna be a little more patient, but I don't know, right? I don't know, because if they open up the country April 30th, open up the country April 30th. I'm sorry. I think that's premature. I think open up the company April 30th is premature. That's just me. If you know anything about viruses and bacteria, open up the country April 30th. Yeah. And let me say this too. And I'm not a scientist, I'm not a researcher, I'm not a medical doctor. But I do believe in wearing your mask when you're going into stores and stuff. Okay. When you're going into stores and stuff, wear your mask. I went out to the store today, I wore my mask. But here's the thing. I'm seeing people wear their mask in their car. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have an oxygen tank, you don't have to wear your mask in your car. If you're going to get it, you're going to get it. Because guess what? If you're going to wear your mask in your car, then you should be wearing your mask at home. You think your house is airtight? It's not airtight. You better be sitting there watching Netflix in your mask like this. You got your mask on eating popcorn. Let's not take this. Listen, there are people dying. This is a very serious virus. I'm not making fun of that. But it is funny to me that people are wearing their masks in their vehicles. Like, COVID-19 is just not like out there like floating around like, oh, got him, I see one. Nah, just everybody chill out. Everybody just calm down. Let's get back on this money, man. Let's get back on this money. People wilding out though. So here's the thing. Would I buy Born right now if I was you? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. That's my unprofessional stock advice. I'm going to wait a little bit. So let's look at another stock. Let's look at this Chinese stock right here. Let's see if I made any money off of this stock right here. All right. Right now, if you see the analytics, it says 94% of analysts rate Tencent as a buy. Look at that, as a buy. Did I make any money? I only made $1.69 off of 4 stocks. Should I buy some more of this stock? Yes, I will. So let's look at their 5-year track record. Let's look at the analytics of this. Okay. So back in 2015, this stock was at $19.85. Okay, we're trekking along, we're hiking along, we're going up, 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 up. So first peak here is 24 November 2017 is at 53 bucks. Right? You would have essentially made $30 off your investment in 2 years. That's why I keep telling you that investing is the long game. Okay. You ever see movies and shows about a long con? How a con may take someone 2, 3, 4 years to do. And I know I'm using a kind of a negative story to prove my point. Excuse me, that's where I went to. But this is essentially the same thing. You have to wait to make this money. Okay, 2018 January, it went up $60. Okay, now if you would have bought this back in 2015, you'd have made $40 off a $20 investment. And this is how you can make it real to yourself. You give you give somebody $20. They say, hey man, in a week, if you give me this $20, man, in a week I'll give you $60 back. You're like, oh no, man, you don't gotta do that. Nah, you've been helping me out. This is just, some gas money. This is money for the subway, for the bus. So thank you. I'm gonna give you an extra $40. That's good money, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you call unearned income. Unearned. The only thing you're doing, you put money somewhere, you wait, it matures, boom, money. It's kind of like a CD. but not the same thing because CDs suck. But anyway, moving right along. Then it drops. And I remember this drop. You know why? Do you guys believe I used to have 300 of this stock? Yeah. I had 300 of this stock. I remember this time frame, not this exact date, but this time frame. I'm going to tell you why. This is when Donald Trump, around this era, put the tariffs on China, and my stock dropped tremendously. And this is where I traded and sold all my stocks and put them into Wealthfront because I got tired of the government controlling how stocks perform. Now, because of this crisis, people are going to be doing any and everything to get these price values back up. So this is a really good time to make some really good money. But you have to weather the storm. You have to be patient with it. Okay, let's go along. And then April 2019, we're back up to $50. Look at that. Oh, wait a minute. Did you release the tariffs? Did you lift the tariffs? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Trump. Anyway, and it's going back and forth here, ladies and gentlemen. And then boom, February 14th is at $53. Then COVID hit. Bam. Now this stock, but look how strong the stock still is. Look how strong the stock still is. Now let's see what it says. Now, if you guys wanted to know what this was all about, Tennyson Holdings Limited, unsponsored ADR response in B shares, Cayman Islands. Fraud alert, and I'm kidding. Also called Tennyson is an investment company which engages in the provision of value-added services and online advertising services. It operates through the following segments: value-added services, online advertising, and others. Okay, they got more to read. We're not going to read all that. But this is what the American analysts are saying. 94% buy, 6% hold. They're saying do not sell this stock. And here's some really reputable investment advice company, Morningstar. Tennyson online gaming business will retain its dominant position based on blah, blah, blah. Bear says government regulations on online gaming can put pressure on Tennyson Holdings. But regardless of the news, ladies and gentlemen, this stock is strong. From what I've known, from what a lot of other people know, I used to have Baidu. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I used to have this one as well. And no, I didn't ever have that one. Okay, let's look at one more stock. Look at one more stock. This one right here is Starbucks. Should I look at this one or BBI? Some of you like Starbucks. Let's look at Starbucks. You have to be really smart about these with these stocks because you have to do a wide range. You can't just go and think that one source of information is your one-stop shop. You really have to be well-rounded when you're researching stocks. Now, we're staying on Robinhood, but I do use MarketWatch. I use Morningstar, and there's one more. What's the name of that up? I forgot. But anyway. So, and let's look at this track record, okay? Look at Starbucks. This is coffee. Believe it or not, some of you don't have to, drink coffee to invest in coffee because at the end of the day, coffee is profitable. Some burnt up boiled beans with some cream and sugar got people going crazy out for this stuff. All right. So, back in 2015, Starbucks was at $48. Okay. Here we go. We're trekking along, going up and down the mountain. Trucking along. Oh, here's a peak. Let's look at this first really good peak. $64. $64 in 2 years. So $64, and back here was $47. So about $20. Okay. Trucking along, boom, it hits $48. But look at this. This was $46, right? Even though it took a dive, it was still worth, oh no, it went down almost $15, $16, $17, but it bounced back. Boop, 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 boop. Boom. $68 again. Goes up, goes up, goes up. July 2019, worth $99. Okay? So think about that. In 4 years, if you would invest in Starbucks back in 2015 at $47, let's round this off to 48. And let's round this off to 100. How much you would have made? What, $52 off one investment? $52. Okay, then it dips. It was climbing back up, $93. Then COVID hit, $58. Should you buy this stock right now at the current price of $68? I would believe so. Now, the only problem with this is you have to weather the storm, ladies and gentlemen. You have to weather the storm. You have to know that this virus, nobody knows the end date. No one knows when this is going to end. But I assure you, one or two things are going to happen. I'm just speculating here. This is my perspective. This is my point of view. Either something's going to happen and the economy is going to get back on track and people want to make a lot of money, or the world's going to end. Because I can tell you, as long as this virus is here, stock market is going to be crazy. And anytime you see a stock that you like that shows has some sort of analytics behind it and metrics that is going to catapult and make earnings once the stock market and economy gets balanced again, buy it. Buy it. Don't wait another minute. Now, here's another thing. A lot of you right now are sitting at home watching all your Netflix, watching all your Hulu, watching all your Prime Video, watching your Disney Plus. Great. Have fun with your family. Eat your popcorn. Eat your salami and cheese and crackers. Eat all of it. Have a great time. Work out, though. Work out. I need to work out today, too, now. Anyway, the point I'm making is this. We talked about it. I want you to take away these two things. Savings, emergency fund, okay? Emergency fund. That's what I mean by savings. Emergency fund. And a side hustle. See, a lot of you have these dreams out there. A lot of you have all these great ideas. What are you doing with them? What are you doing with them? Because if you're just sitting around waiting for the government to bail you out, if you're just sitting around waiting for somebody to come up with a cure, if you're just sitting around not doing anything with all this massive amount of time that you have, okay, exception to the rule, those people are still working. I got it. But there's a lot of people at home chilling right now. You guys are doing absolutely nothing. If anything, you're wasting your time. How about this? I just started this just now. I did. See, that's something. That's why I keep these sticky notes around, right? You got to keep sticky notes around, write a book, ever. I just keep stuff around because I need to jot these things down. But here's the thing. A side hustle. What about everybody is scrambling over hand sanitizer, off a disinfect spray? You know what they're not doing? Research. Research. Research on what, Ross World? This stuff right here called Barbicide. Anybody ever see this stuff? This is that blue stuff that you see in salons and barbershops. But let me just put some thoughts in your mind real quick so you guys don't think I'm bull crapping you. I like to show and tell, right? I like to show and tell because I didn't even know this. You gotta have that Barbicide or spray all your stuff down. And I didn't have a clue what this stuff was. We didn't see all the combs and clippers, all this Barbicide stuff. This is actually strong disinfectant, right? They have it on Amazon. They have it on Amazon. But I want you to know what this stuff really does. I'm trying to look at you, try to find some information for you guys so you guys can understand exactly what I read. And someone told me about this, and I was just flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted about this. Now, this is the concentration, okay? You have to dilute it, okay? Because you don't need that much. It's kind of like if you was to make a disinfectant spray out of bleach, you will add like one part bleach, 3 parts water, okay? That's not measuring to scale. That's just me, getting through it. Same thing with Barberside. So this is a concentration, right? Concentration. And then here are my squirt bottles. Okay. They're light. You see that? Because you don't need a lot. And then the contact time is 10 minutes. But what I didn't know was, I'm like, oh man, this is for barbershops. No. This is hospital grade disinfect. Hospital grade. Why am I giving you this information? I'm talking about side hustles because no one is thinking outside the box. What if you went to the dollar store or went to some sort of, building or manufacturing place that sold empty bottles, and you went out because no one's thinking about it, bought you some Barberside, and you made disinfectant spray. The only problem with this is you will actually have to educate people. Okay, people who are in this world, they know about this stuff. I didn't know about it. I knew what they use it for, but I didn't know how strong it is. It's stronger than bleach. But let me read something to you real quick. Let's take a little small glance over here. And let me just read this to you, okay? Because this came out. This is from the Barberside website, updated March 27, 2020. With the growing concern of coronavirus, we want to reassure our customers that our products have been tested in a third-party lab and been found to be effective against human coronavirus. Human coronavirus. Okay? I'm not even showing you what I'm reading. I'm sorry. So silly me. All right. Let me blow it up a little bit for you guys. All right. They won't let me blow it up. But anyway, I'll read it. I'll say these lab reports can be seen here. We have received documentation from the EPA, that's the Environmental Protection Agency, that Barberside is approved against human coronavirus, including COVID-19. While no company has been able to receive actual COVID-19 samples and put them through the rigorous testing required, the EPA considered efficacy against human coronavirus to include COVID-19. See, EPA approval document here. They even had the EPA. Well, let's look at it. Let's see what the EPA look at it. Right here, March 27, EPA, Washington, D.C. All right, I'm going to let you read that for yourself, okay? We're not going to really get into that. Let's go back to what they say on the Barberside website. But they got the actual proof right here, right? Then they said, many of you have questioned why our laboratory testing is from July 2019. As part of our labeling update programs, we routinely retest and update our labels with pathogens. In July 2019, one of the pathogens we tested for was human coronavirus. In July 2019, they tested for this. Hence, the testing date for that group of viruses. Now, some of you say, how do they know about this? Back in 2019, this is a conspiracy. Stay with me. I'm going to explain some of that information. Please remember the importance of using products correctly with respect to the concentration and the contact time. As the leaders in infection control for the professional beauty industry, we take all infections risk seriously. The current concern throughout the U.S. regarding viral illnesses have made everyone more vigilant about their personal safety and the safety of others in the salon, employees and consumers in the salon setting. That said, the advice we give every day is still the best advice out there and should be an everyday practice. Our advice to all of our customers as follows. This is where it gets very juicy and informational. 1, practice proper infection controls, cleaning and disinfection. As directed by the boards of every state, these rules require proper disinfection of every non-porous implement prior to use. In addition, consider of disinfection of common use surfaces such as back, bars, reception areas, computers, and phone should be considered. Remember contact time. The most important step of this disinfection process is to allow the chemical time to work. Read all disinfect labels to know the correct time frame. For Barberside concentrate, the contact time is 10 minutes, and for Barberside wipes, the contact time is 2 minutes. Then they talk about hand washing for 30 seconds, and this, that, and the other. This is very important information. Now, I got a little, and here's the thing. I'm giving you this information because it's important. This is a side hustle that nobody even thought about, right? Nobody even thought about this. But let me just give you one more information about Barberside because I got my barbicide, dude. Yes, indeed, Lord. Yes, indeed. Got his barbicide on the side. All right, anyway. So, what does a barbicide kill? See, that's what you guys want to know. Let me see if I can blow this up. I can blow it up so you guys can read it along. EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, says registered hospital disinfect for all saloon tools and is used by thousands of saloons and spas in the USA and Europe. It is germicidal, fungicidal, homicidal. No, I'm just kidding. Well, it is homicidal. It kills people. But anyway, virucidal and pseudominocidal, if I said that right. It kills HIV, aka AIDS virus, herpes, ringworm, staph, and numerous of other pathogenic organisms. Who knew this? Now, if you are a barber or a hairstylist or someone in that industry, you knew about this. And guess what? This is hospital grade, okay? This is hospital grade. It says, is barbicide safe for your skin? Barbicide is a strong disinfectant like anything. It's fine on the skin as long as you don't overexpose. But if you are administering the barbicide out and then topping with water, there really isn't any need to be touching it anyway. Okay, so basically, don't play around with this stuff. Okay. Does barbicide kill mold? No, barbicide will not kill spores, but it kills AIDS. Isn't that crazy? Let's see what else you might want to know. Will vinegar kill mold? Why not? As a mild citrus can kill the mold spice, so you can use vinegar. Okay. But anyway, if you guys didn't know about this, now you do. Now you know about that, right? So that's a side hustle. I'm just giving you information for a side hustle because this is about money talk. This is about money talk. And who was it? George Patton says, if everyone is thinking the same thing, then no one is thinking. You get what I'm trying to say? And granted, I talk about real estate. I talk about getting out of debt, all this, but we're talking about side hustles. Remember I told you about shades, how I had that shades? But think about this. Is everybody thinking about the same thing? Then no one is thinking. Everybody, we are just in a matrix, right? We're all zombies. Everyone's just the blind leading the blind. You have to think outside the box in order to make this money. Okay, here's another idea. Now, I told you about this, and this was all over the news, but this is nothing new under the sun. Somebody would get that. But anyway, what about making your own hand sanitizer? Talked about it. So, one of my favorite products right here, aloe vera gel. Okay, aloe vera gel, made in the good old US of A. It's 99% organic. Let me see if I can get that on the camera. You guys can see that, 99% organic. And then the most important thing you need, alcohol. At least 60%. I know this is 70, but at least 60%. And guess what you can do? If you got some of these bottles, right? You got some of these bottles, you put 2-to-1 or 2-to-2 ratio. You can do 2-to-1, 2-to-2, but you don't want to dilute the alcohol so much, right? That it is not effective. And you don't want to not put enough of this or dry your hands and your hands start cracking. Hand sanitizer. And granted, guess what you can do? Social distancing, right? You got a front yard. You got your barber side. You can have a little information sheet. You can say, here's the thing. You don't want to get locked up for soliciting from your own yard trying to sell people stuff. But you can sit out there with a table right in your yard. And you say, for donation of $10, can kill COVID-19. You can print out the EPA little letter that says that it kills COVID-19 because that's what everybody's worried about, even though it kills AIDS and all other sorts of stuff, right? Then you can have your homemade hand sanitizer, and you can sell these $5 a pop. $5 a pop. But you don't say sell, you say donate. Hey, for a donation of $5, I'm giving away this barbicide that actually kills COVID-19, staph, ringworms, herpes, you name it. And here is the actual information sheet. And I also have the EPA form that actually approved that this product is real if you didn't know about it. I don't know what else to tell you. Money talk. This is how you get the ideas flowing, ladies and gentlemen. What if you like, you know what, Rossword, this is not my cup of tea. But what if you need income? I'm not saying you should do this. I'm just saying this could be a good idea. What about this? What if you know how to sew? What if you know how to sew? Okay? 1 second. Now, a guy at work, his grandmother was making these, and these are really good. A lady today, when I was out buying my echinacea, she said, "Hey, where did you get that from?" Because she liked it. Now, here's the important thing about people wearing all these masks, okay? Here's the important thing about these people wearing these masks. They're wearing these masks, and they're the hospital masks. Those are disposable. Soon as you get them wet, they're like tissue paper. They crumble up. They're not meant to be worn more than one time. But people are reusing them. Guess what happens? You know, first you put this on, right? Put this on. Boom. This is cloth material. So you can wash this, right? You can wash this. Or what I do, this top is really on. When I come from back outside, I spray it. And I let it sit for 10, 20 minutes until it dries. Boom. If you do that to the hospital ones that everybody you see wearing with all the gloves and stuff, those things will crumble up. They're useless. And guess what? When you got to spray both sides, because when you lay this flat or any of those hospital masks flat, now you can tell which side it is, but they're so concentrated, you don't know which side is which anymore. Right? So here's my thing. If you know how to sew, you have a sewing machine, you can take some old t-shirts, right? Like, this could have been a curtain, a drape. Who knows? Who cares? The CDC comes out and say, hey, everybody, no, this thing is really picking up. There's over 11,000 people dead. And the first thing you said, wait a minute, how many people died? Just like that, quick. Put it on quick. Because some of you thinking this is fake. Let me tell you this too. Totally off topic. Just want to warn you guys. I'm not liking CNN right now. I watch CNN, HLN, MSNBC, CBNBC, and Fox. I like to watch all of them, just a little bit of all of them. But today, CNN pissed me off. Yes, they did. They pissed me off. Let me tell you why. First and foremost, when the information of COVID-19 first came out, people were really discriminating against Asian people, right? They was like, oh, he's Asian. Like, it's from China. It's not Korean, Japanese. But even that, how are you to say this Chinese guy has COVID-19 or infected Americans? It's Black people, we understand discrimination, don't we? Okay, cool. For some reason, during 9/11, some Black people was happy that the attention was off of us on Middle Easterners and Indian people. We can't be like, we got to be better, guys. We have to be better than this. But let me tell you why CNN pissed me off. I'm watching the news and I see hardest hit community in Michigan is the Black community. Now, if any of you African Americans, Black people, I don't care. If you're Puerto Rican, Dominican, if you have Black skin, what's the first thing that came to your mind when they said that? Discrimination. Let me tell you why. Some of you say, well, they're just putting out the information. No. Because at one point, the rumor was that African Americans could not get COVID-19, right? Because there were really no African Americans. Guess who was getting COVID-19? Guess who was getting the coronavirus? Caucasian Americans, Anglo-Saxons, white people, right? No, they just said people, right? They just said people. I'm a little heated at CNN because usually they don't do stuff like this, but every now and again, And if you do your history, prior to the 1960s, Democratic organization have been the most discriminatory organization against black people than ever before the 1960s. Just a little nugget of information. Okay, here's my point. They said the hardest hit community in Michigan has been the black community. Then they said the hardest hitting COVID-19 has been affecting African Americans the hardest. Why in the hell are you telling 300 million people, because African Americans, we range between 30 and 40 million Americans, 30 and 40 million people in America. So let's just say 300 million people, okay, non-black, non-Afrocentric, right? You're telling 300 million people that African Americans have been hit the hardest by COVID-19. So is somebody's brain working out there? Is your brain working? Are you getting what I'm getting at? You're telling 300 million people that these people that we can easily single out, they've been hit the hardest with COVID-19. Discrimination, because guess what? When white people read this, not all white people, there's a lot of intelligent white people, there's a lot of dumbass white people, there's a lot of intelligent black people, there's a lot of dumbass black people, so on and forth throughout the races. My point is, the majority of people in America are Caucasian. They are white people. So here's the thing. If you, CNN, say the hardest hit community have been the African American community, if I'm a business owner and an African American guy applies for a job, and I just read that story, you think I'm gonna hire him? He got that COVID. That's what that guy think. He got that COVID. See, when coronavirus hit America, they didn't say the hardest hit community has been the white community. They just said Americans, right? This many Americans got coronavirus. But then you say, well, how can we highlight a certain area? Man, say the ghetto. Well, don't say the ghetto, then they're going to relate that to us too. Say low impoverished neighborhoods. Okay, now granted, some people say, well, they can still think black people, but guess what? There's a lot of white people in low impoverished neighborhoods too. But why would you go out, CNN, and say the hardest hitting people with COVID-19 are African Americans? This country is highly racist. This country is highly biased. Why in the would you do that? I was pissed off. I'm telling you, I really don't get mad at the news. I just watch it for updates, right? Because, we know that news stations, they're very biased. Depending on who support their platforms, they're very biased, right? We know that Fox is our Republicans, CNN are Democrats, okay? MSNBC are independents. We got it, right? Conservative, moderate, whatever. CNN, why? That's all I want to know. I don't want to get too amped up with that because it pissed me off. But this is how racist settlements and this is how acts of racial violence occur. Because I can picture a black female in a CVS getting her grandfather's medicine, and she had to rush out. Maybe she had a mask, maybe she don't have a mask on, and she coughs. And she lives somewhere like Alabama, Mississippi, New York. It don't matter where, right? It's everywhere. It don't matter. Michigan. And there's a group of good old boys over there like, hey, Missy, you better cover your goddamn mouth. You get what I'm getting at. I know I'm a little bit animated with it, but this is how acts of racial violence happen, is when mass media puts out a story and highlights one particular group. Why me? Why us? All the damn time. All the time. And some of you, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let the cat out the bag real quick, right? I'm gonna let the cat out the bag real quick. Eventually, I'm moving away from America. I am. I'm moving away from America. I may move to the Caribbean. I might move to Africa. But eventually around 50, 60 years old, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here because little things like this piss me off. Now, granted, this is the greatest country on earth to make money. It is. So make your money and get off the plantation. This is one of the greatest countries to make money, but I can tell you, Africa is up and coming. I know I talked about money talk. I'm off script right now because it got me heated. It got me real heated. Okay. So I'm gonna cool down. I'm gonna read some of your notes. I'm gonna read. So I neglected some of your stuff. Okay. What's up, Nolan? Nolan says, host was going, this is now being called the new normal. Indeed it is. Ashley says, I've been buying to going to buy more. Okay. She's talking about stocks because we were talking about stocks. Ashley also says, I bought Delta. I believe that's a good buy for now. Jay says, I'm turbo at options. It takes time, sister. It takes time. Believe me, you gotta, you know what, you gotta, when it comes to option trading, you have to do more research than you have to do buying. I'll just say that. D General says, DC go-go. Yeah, sardines. Hey, I'm off it. D General says, can you withdraw that $30? Can you withdraw that $30? I think you're talking about the profit that on that $30 you are referring to. Unfortunately, the way stocks work is you will have to sell some of your shares of that stock to get that profit. You can't just subtract the amount of profit and keep that going. The only other way that I'm thinking of right off the top of my brain is that if you are investing in stocks that have dividends, you can actually, with certain platforms, have those dividends to be deposited inside your bank. So say if Boeing or Starbucks, look at something. Looking at Starbucks. I don't see if they have dividends. But stocks of that matter, they can actually deposit the dividends in your bank, depending on what investment platform you're at. Charles Schwab, E-Trade, Fidelity, Vanguard, etc. All right. He also said that without touching what you invested, capital gain, right? D General, if you're still in the chat, please reword that. I can't make out what you're trying to ask. Ashley says, I've been looking into Boeing. Okay. Peace, everyone. I guess she's out. D General says Moody. Ernest says Yahoo Finance. That's a good source. Lydale says, good to see you, big homie. Good to see you too, brother. Facts, calm down. He said, calm down. I'm calm now, man. I'm calm. That's why I started reading your notes. All right. But anyway, guys, I'm over my time. I usually try to stay. I was trying to do 30 minutes, but a damn CNN got me heated today. But anyway, guys, I want you to put your dreams into reality. I really want you to put your dreams into reality. Do not let your circumstance, the position you're in right now, wherever you live, how much money you have in the bank, don't let your circumstance dictate your success. See, the true level of success is not the circumstance you're currently in. It's how you respond to your circumstance. I want you guys to take that in good faith. And being successful is not easy. It's hard work each and every day. Even a day that you're off, you're probably still thinking about how to be successful. And I can tell you right now, if you're not working at your craft, you're not increasing skill, if you're not doing research, if you are not constantly trying to be successful, if you're just talking about it, you're never going to be anything from what you are right now. Because some of you are in a good place and want to be in a better place. Some of you are in a bad place and want to be in a good place. Then you have to start doing the work. Okay? TV is going to be here. I would say you need to read, research, dream big, thoughts and ideas, and put it into reality. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. I'm out. God damn, and then got me peed.